hope traders and investors alike were green on Friday. So coming into another big week of earnings, and this is a big week, and this will dictate our market. I know we did have a down candle on Thursday, that big bearish engulfing candle. And the market could definitely pull back. You can see right here we are extended on the daily, but we really need to, or we're extended on the weekly. We look good on the daily, but we are extended on the higher time frames, your weekly and your monthly. And we've had a great run here. So the market could use a pullback, and a pullback is healthy. But the biggest thing is this market is full of FOMO, and we're coming into a big earnings week, and we could hear AI a lot coming into the earnings. So some of the names that are reporting this week. So on Monday morning, we have SoFi reporting tomorrow morning. Monday afternoon doesn't have a lot going on there, but going into Tuesday, there's Uber, Pfizer, Caterpillar, Merck, JetBlue. So we have some names there going into Thursday afternoon. AMD, Devon, Pinterest. Wednesday looks like CVS, Humana, Genrex in there. Wednesday morning also have TiVo Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoons, PayPal, Shopify, Qualcomm, Oxy, Unity, Esti, Apache, which is APA, as we know it, one of our energy names that we watch very closely. We have Cheniere Thursday morning, Expedia, Moderna, Cigna's in there. You got Amazon and Apple on Thursday afternoon. We also have Coinbase, Square, or Block, however you want to say it. A lot of us still look at it as Square. There's looks like DraftKings is in there, Airbnb's in there, Wish is in there. Then on Friday morning is Fubo. So we definitely know that Amazon and Apple can move the market. We also know that Amazon's been working a lot behind the scenes on their AI for quite some time. So we're still waiting for some announcements there, and it could be during earnings. So let's see what else we have when it comes to the data. So we do have Barkin. So far, he's the only Fed that is scheduled to speak on Thursday morning. I'm sure we will see more than that. Hopefully, well, I actually like it when they speak because it does make the market move. So we actually, make a lot of money on them, but I know a lot of traders would like to see them just go away, and that's probably going to be seeing them go away because I don't see them. It just doesn't seem to be as important as it used to be, so I don't see everybody paying them to come out and make these speeches. But on for Econo data on Tuesday, we have PMI and ISM, JOLTS job numbers. On Wednesday, we have the unemployment report, ADP unemployment report. Like I said, we have Barkin on Thursday. We also have PMI and ISM, the service indexes, again on Thursday. And then the unemployment situation on Friday, so that can definitely move the market as well. So we do have some stuff to look forward to this week for catalysts, especially with those earnings, and we will be trading these earnings after hours as well. And you can see the really nice move here on SPX. Looks great, but getting extended up here. Let's start going through some charts here and see what we see. Breath did push higher on Friday. You can see the dollar. The dollar just gave us an inside day or a very large spinning top, some large wicks there. Need to clear that candle, the previous candle. The VIX down candle on Friday. Crude's been pushing higher. We cleared at 200. Nice move up here. Let's keep an eye on those energy names. Apple's still holding that daily 9. Apple is still on the radar. As long as it's above that daily 9, it's got to be on the radar, and we can definitely continue higher. You can see the intraday pretty choppy there on Friday on Apple. Gold broke out on Friday as well. Nice move up there on the gold chart. Our advanced decline lines are all turned up. AMC had that big pop, so finally cleared that downtrend with a massive pop on volume. I know they had a catalyst, some news come out there, and it is just give it right back. So it would have been a great short play to short that pop. Would have been a great one. Did not do that myself, but just saying that you could have made a ton of money there. Not shorting the pop, but opening some puts on it. I personally don't short or recommend using shares to short with, but we just use options. It's easy. So you can see AMD here. You can see very inverted head and shoulders there on, including with the pre-market level. So let's see what we look like tomorrow. Definitely could pull back there. We'll see. Coming in earnings, we know they're not quite ready for AI, but I'm sure hopefully we can hear something about them, maybe getting a little more ready than what they are about with AI. Amazon, you can see we closed back above that 9 and 20 there. ARK K pushing back up. Big bearish engulfing candle. You can see this candle gap down and push back up. That's a pretty strong candle there on ARK for Friday. So let's definitely want to keep an eye on that one above the top of this, and you can see we closed above it. So we closed above the bearish engulfing candle. So I just want to see a candle above the top of Friday's candle before I'm interested in trading that. If we can get that, look for a move up. AMD definitely been chopping sideways, but some good earnings news could definitely make or break it. And AMD on the weekly, you can see it has lost a weekly 9 a few weeks ago, and we are still trading under that weekly 9. Watch your weekly 20 if we pull, because that's going to be a level of support there. Amazon looks good here after hours on Friday, pushing back up, heading back up for the Friday's high. Would like to see it take that high out in pre-market. That would be great. Amazon on the weekly, nice little hammer candle here on the weekly chart, but it's got to clear that the 200 on the weekly. Apple pushing higher here. We seen this little flag break, was not the best candle. This is the weekly chart. Definitely not the best candle last week or the week before. Last week we closed with a decent candle trying to push back up. Boeing, strong pop here. We've actually tracked this exact pattern for quite some time, and we've made some money with that pattern. Believe it or not, I know it looks like it's supposed to pull back, but we definitely made some money with that pattern. Nice push up there on Boeing. Want to keep an eye on that. We'd like to see this calm down a little bit, come back into and get back into those Bollinger Bands, but it's tradable. You know, just keep a tight leash on it, but it's definitely tradable when it's got that high momentum like that. A BTU, not doing a lot there. Would like to see it get a little. I'd just like to see it start moving up here. All right, Beyond Meat. This was a nice looking chart pushed up, but you can see it's trying to break down here. We are seeing lower lows. I would draw a trend line right across that. Would need to take that trend line out. I do like the moving averages on this chart. This chart could still go. Draw your trend line. If it does try to pop, you can see this 9 wanting to curl down and turn right back up and push price higher. But it's got to be above that candle. I just don't like that candle. I would draw that trend line and let it get above the trend line. Not the candle so much, but above that trend line. Bitcoin weekly, trading sideways here, and you can see the daily chart's been breaking down. We have now lost that daily 50. Bitcoin does look like it wants to move lower. XLC, the communication sector, decent candle again on Friday. Some of these Friday candles are not correct, so we're going to talk about that when we get to the SPY. XLP, nice push up here. Got a big down candle on Friday, right back to the 9, and pop right back up. That's a nice looking chart. Big bearish engulfing candle. It can take 3 days to confirm that candle, so we're just going to wait and see where we go. You can see cost flagging back into the 9. It won't take long to get confirmation, and we'll talk about that on the SPY here in a minute. DraftKings, nice tabletop here, trying to push higher. That chart is still bullish. Definitely need to keep an eye on that. Datadog, this one I'm getting a little unsure of. You know, we popped up here kind of matching highs on those candles. Got that island candle up there. There's a gap to fill. It needs to push up. I mean, it just needs to clear this whole area. It's not been the best trader, that's for sure. So I just want to talk about, we had this contraction pattern. We broke out of that, had this little wedge. But if you look at this, you can kind of see the inverted head and shoulders right there that it popped up out of. It's tight. It's not a very big pattern. It normally wouldn't give you that big of a move, but it gave a nice move. But see if we can get it to, so, all right. We know how head and shoulders trade. So inverted head and shoulders can give you some really serious looks like it wants to pull back before moving higher. The same with the head and shoulders pattern. As it's moving down, you get really strong flags and can give you plenty of entrances. Inverted head and shoulders trade very similar on the way back up. Not quite as aggressive though, but they trade very similar. Lily's nice chart here. Held in well, but you can see right here back above that 9 and 20. Ford, we called this one out Friday, this head and shoulders pattern breaking lower. Some members were able to make some money on that one. Nice trades, guys. Google breaking higher outside of the Bollinger Bands. Good earnings report there. Home Depot, let's keep an eye on this one. We had this bottom ascending triangle, nice breakout, pushing higher right into a level of previous resistance. So maybe we can see a rejection here, come back into the 9, or if it takes that level out, of course, if we can clear that level, we're looking for a move higher. IWM 15-minute chart, pretty tight action there on Friday, but chart did hold in though. It didn't pull back or fall apart or anything. Qs back above the daily 9. That's a nice looking chart there. I mean, it's hard to be bearish on that chart. That's intraday chart. This is a Q's weekly. Strong chart there. Good close last week. JP Morgan flagging back into the 9. Keep that line. We take that line out. We're looking for a move higher. We lose that 9. Maybe we can get a move down to the 20-day. MACD looks like it needs to cool off a little bit. So you can see, watch this MACD. We could definitely see a change in character and pinch upward. So just it's kind of at a point right now where we need to keep a close eye onto it. Mara, this needs to take that trend out to move higher. As long as Bitcoin's weak, we could get some short play there. Look at Merck, still trading in this head and shoulders pattern, breaking down as we talk about how they like to make them sharp moves higher before breaking down. So let's see if we can get some more down move off of that one. If this market does pull back, that can be a dangerous name to try to go against because they're going to come after safety plays. Just keep that in mind. Meta. Need to see it above those 2 candles right there. Not interested into it until it takes those 2 candles. I do like the moving averages on that. And you can see, once again, we got our little goose head right there. So this 9's trying to come down and curl up and run away from the 20 and push price up higher. So that chart could definitely move higher. It's hard to be bearish on that chart right now. You can see the intraday action, decent move on Friday. Fairly tight range. MU, I want to keep an eye on this one this week. Coming into with AMD reporting, could definitely move the semis market. Nice pop here outside of the Bollinger Bands. I just threw that in there because of AMD. So Microsoft, strong bearish engulfing candle, had earnings. They didn't like their earnings so much, but that report was not that bad. I like it better if we get back above them daily moving averages, below that 50, actually below this bearish engulfing candle. I'm looking for a move down. Microsoft intraday, that's 15-minute 200 was resistance. We were able to clear it right at the end of the day before getting pulled back underneath of it. Microsoft weekly chart sitting right back on that 9. NVIDIA still trading in that channel. We're watching this channel for a break. NVIDIA intraday chart, really tight action there on Friday. Not a huge mover. NVIDIA weekly, I mean, that chart just looks great. Remember, we called this thing back here. Didn't expect that kind of move out of it. We're not even trying to say that. But, we did call it back here. When we seen this breakout, seen it put this little base in, we thought it was going to go higher. But we definitely didn't think it was going to go that high. So we can't take credit for all that. Let's be honest. NASDAQ, nice push there. Friday recovering, so you can see we gapped up and then was able to push back up. Need to clear those candles. Watch that level right there as your next level of resistance. Netflix, I don't really know what to say. It's back above this 50 here, but I need it above those moving averages. You can trade it up to those moving averages, but I think there's better places for your money right now. Q's pushing higher. Once again, monthly chart, strong close. Or we haven't closed yet. Let's keep that in mind. Strong candle, but it has not closed yet. We still have 1 trading day left in this month. Ribbon, this is a chart that, we called this one out a few days ago. It was running like wild and been able to keep an eye on it ever since. It just got this very ascending triangle action here with a breakout. But that Thursday kind of messed up a lot of charts. I'm not going to let it. We could, depending on where this candle opens, we could pull back if we can break to the downside of this pattern, look for a move down. But obviously, we hold that support level. We could definitely move up. If we do try to push up, we got to clear the top of that candle. Could go either way right now. Tomorrow's action could tell us a lot. Roku, huge move on earnings. One of our members was, she did hold through the earnings report with a nice size position, and it went to the moon for basically was able to catch this move. A great move, and this chart definitely looks like it's going to go higher. May get an inside day or two for let the moving averages catch up, but it definitely looks like it's going to go higher. I did not add the chart, so we want to keep an eye. I believe UPS got I believe the strike was settled. Possibly we need to keep an eye on FedEx and UPS this week. I did not add the charts. SPX daily. You can see very nice candle. It's a bullish Harami inside day. It's kind of what we were expecting. If you get a big ranging day, you usually get an inside day. But nice looking chart there. SLB, still a great looking chart. Still watching this tabletop. Like the way the 20's coming up. Definitely looks like it could still possibly go higher. Keeping a close eye on that one. SoFi coming into earnings tomorrow morning. Got this little downtrend here. That candle kind of screwed that downtrend up. But if you draw, I would still just draw a line right across those wicks. Stay right on top of that candle. If I can take that out, I'd look for a move up. But I wouldn't trade it until it took that out. The diamond coming right here, still holding the 9. You can see Thursday's candle pull right back to that 9. Just a tight spinning top there on Friday, or a doji there on Friday, kind of indecision candle. But you can see the weekly chart. We did close trying to push higher. You can clearly see the, and it's not textbook, you can see the head and shoulder, inverted head and shoulders pattern here. Then it put this little base in before breaking higher. But that's exactly what happened there, and that's just another great example of an inverted head and shoulders for anybody. I should draw it out. We didn't actually call that because it just didn't look right. So it's not something that we call. To us, it was just a base down here, but you can see it, and then, but like I say, it's not textbook. So it's really, you can see the pattern. To me, it's an inverted head and shoulders, but a lot of people, it's fine. But the breakout just wasn't perfect. So like, we didn't call it as that. It just looked like a base. The SPY pushing higher on the weekly. Once again, we're extended there. Let's get to the daily. The monthly so far looks great. All-time highs is really not that far away, guys. I'm not saying we're going there yet, but it's not that far away. So this candle is not correct. We did not pull back that far. We still have some gap down there that needs to be filled. This candle did not pull back that far, and that's the reason why we did not do the Friday video this week. Just wasn't, just some errors on the candles, and then we got to explain that and explain everything else, and just easier not to do the video. But I wanted to point that out. That was not that the hammer, the wick on that candle is not supposed to be that large. You can see we did not fill the gap here on the intraday action. And according to that action, the gap pretty much got filled, and it did not. But you can see strong push up. We did pull back. If I was to take, all right, so why I really wanted to do this video, because if I was able to turn this pre-market action off here, which I probably can, but I'm not going to right now. But from where we closed to where we opened up, and then we did pull back. So this candle right here actually moved back down into the gap, which shrunk your gap up. These candles right here moved right back into this new gap level and then tried to bounce. A Square reporting earnings this week, back above the 9. Got to get back above Thursday's candle. Shops, got to take that downtrend out. Tesla, nice move Friday. I mean, it wasn't perfect straight up, but nice pullback. You could have got in there. You could catch it coming back above the 9 there for some small trades, or you could have just got into it and held it and rode her. XLK Tech looks great. Tesla weekly looks decent off that weekly 9, pushing off that weekly 9. Tesla daily, this is starting to look a little weak here. See what we get. You can see it keeps trying to push and it fails. Earnings, and there was things in there they just didn't like. It wasn't that bad, but they just don't like it. So looks like it could pull back. This 9 is rolling. Tesla does look like it could pull back. I would just be careful with it because they can come after it any time. Uber trying to push higher here. This candle did close up above that red candle. Walmart. So we broke out of we were watching this contraction pattern, or this just box, basically. We're just going to call it a box. We drew a box. We were watching it. Tight action in there, looking for a break. Broke out, flagging back in, waiting on that 9 to catch up. Walmart's definitely on the radar this week. XLF, financial sector, closed below the 9 2 days in a row. Bonds are weak, just no strength there. IWM weekly, testing previous resistance. IWM daily, same thing. I got to be above Thursday's candle. I would watch that. Traded up to Thursday's candle. Just watch that for resistance if we try to push. Of course, if we pull back, really want to be below Thursday's candle. The conservative trader would wait to get up here or wait down here and just leave that alone. I know sometimes it feels like, well, hey, if I get in now, I can make more money. I would rather wait for the higher probability setup, and at the end of the day, winning more trades waiting for the higher probability setups. It's common sense. You're going to make more money. I hope you find this helpful, and I'll see you in the trading room. We'll look at a couple more charts real quick. This is the put to call ratio. You can see we are trying to get back into the bearish zone, still in the neutral zone for now. And we said a long time ago, we talked about this trend, how this is starting this trend back here. You can see how it's trading in this nice little trend, basically trading at the top of that trend. It's neat how trends work. It works on just more than just simple price action. and you can see the oscillators for the NASDAQ 47, oscillators for the New York Stock Exchange 31. Hope you find this helpful. Please remember, discipline is the key to your success in trading, and I'll see you in the trading room.